Welcome to VHXS. I'm your host, as always, Jake Salvage. And today, I hope that we can find a little more funny. I did find this one about two kids. The tagline says, "They stole a Mercedes with a body in the trunk." Who says 11-year-olds don't know how to have fun? We're reviewing Big Shots today. I really hope this is funny. Oh my god. Big Shot started its life as a spec script written by Joe Esterhaus, which, based on his other screenplays for Flashdance, Basic Instinct, and Showgirls, is probably the last screenwriter you'd want to tell a zany story about two kids from different socioeconomic worlds combining forces to have wacky adventures. But Ivan Reitman, producer of such classics as Ghostbusters 1 and 2, Kindergarten Cop, and Heavy Metal, decided he was all about that shit, enough to drop $1.25 million on it, a record money drop for a spec script at the time, and hilarious since the film has only grossed $3.3 million in total since. And in 1987, with the help of director Robert Mandel, hot off of FX, this film was inexplicably made and released. The film starts with Obi, played by Ricky Busker, getting the talk from his dad, played by Bill Hudson, former doer of Goldie Hawn, on a fishing trip.
Have I got some sperm?
Yep, sure do.
Where is it?
Well, it's in your testicles and comes out your penis.
That's really sick, Dad.
Then he has a heart attack. The doctor explains that he's going to be fine, never mind, he's dead. Obi is so bummed out about this that he wanders into Chicago after school and gets lost.
What you staring at?
I'm lost.
Hey man, I got a map. Wanna go look at a map?
Okay.
Good idea.
Thankfully, someone has a map. It's just in that alley there. Go ahead, check it out. After Obi gets rightfully jumped for being an idiot and gets, among other things, his father's watch stolen, Scam, played by young Darius McCrary of Family Matters fame, steps in to help Obi get his watch back.
What's your name?
Obi. Obadiah. It's in the Bible.
What's yours? Scam. It's in the Bible too.
Which they do by the end of Act 2, having to brave a shady stolen goods dealer, Johnny Red, played by Academy Award nominee Paul Winfield, Keegan, a shady pawnshop owner, played by Robert Prosky of Last Action Hero and Gremlins 2 fame, two shady hitmen whose car Obi and Scam unknowingly steal, played by Jerzy Skolimowski, that guy Black Widow laid into in the Avengers, and Robert Joy, the guy who almost went full retard in Land of the Dead, and the police, of course. With the watch found, Obi returns home to his mother and sister, played by Bryn Thayer and Andrea Bevel, but decides to go back into Chicago to help Scam find his estranged father. The surface of this film, beyond the adventures of two star-crossed friend kids, is mainly made up of blatantly bigoted characters like the pawnshop owner.
You wanna shove up your hole?
Johnny Red, I own that ass.
A bartender.
Don't drink in this bar.
Listen, asshole. You keep talking like that, someday someone's gonna come in here, stomp on your face, and piss in your eyes.
That's right.
And even Obi's dog.
He's just not used to guys, that's all.
I'm not brown. I'm black.
While this may be blunt and come off as not much more than offensive to draw attention to the race issues present in the film, the more staggering examples of racism can be found just below the surface. Where Obi's story is showcased in the first 20 minutes of the film, primarily to show his loss when his father succumbs to a heart attack and set him up as the main character, Scam's backstory is revealed through dialogue, and ultimately Scam's story is far more interesting and way more sad. Scam's mother, who he lived with until 3 months prior to the events of the film, had passed away, leaving Scam to find ways to make money and support himself, which involved washing windows on the street and becoming the super of the building he lives in, despite his super young age. His dad is apparently working in another state.
They got a divorce. I was 7 or 8 at the time. I didn't know what was going on. My daddy used to come see me. Send me money a couple times a year. Then my mama died. This is about 3 months ago. He went to work down south. I bet you he don't even know what happened.
Why his father wasn't contacted, or why his father didn't keep in touch, is somewhat of a mystery. Scam also mentions trying to save up to hire a private dick to find out where his father is. Where is social services, you ask? Don't worry, they show up to take Scam away at the beginning of the third act.
Oh, they come to Jeremy away.
The police?
No, Miss Newton. They put him in a home.
Which leads to some dour hijinks where Obi enlists Johnny Red's help in pretending to be Scam's father to get him out of protective custody. Why social services didn't bother to even look into Scam having a father is also a mystery, but if I had to guess, was probably a gross oversight on their part, if not downright negligent. After spraying Scam from the joint, Obi takes him to his uncle who works for the IRS, where all it takes is Scam's father's driver's license and a computer to find out where Scam's dad is based on the address of his last tax return.
Now, don't tell anybody that I did this for you, okay? I mean, I don't want to get my nuts in a ringer, you know what I mean?
When they finally arrive to take a ferry to where Scam's dad is working, they are out of money and unable to pay to use said ferry, until Obi symbolically trades his father's watch for passage. As they are crossing, Scam's story warms the icy heart of the ferryman, and he gives the watch back to Obi. The film ends with Obi reuniting with his father, song, and credits. Surprisingly, Scam doesn't open with a kick to his father's crotch for being so out of touch with his son. The ending is about as heartwarming as finally finding that giant snake that ate your whole family in a pile of its own roadkill in the middle of the highway. Sure, Scam finds his father, but forgets entirely about his father's inability to drop a fucking dime on his own son, which leads to Scam being taken away by social services. Also forgotten is, though Obi was being pursued by the police, accompanied by his worried mother just to get him back, no one was looking for Scam, and Scam and Obi are more than likely still wanted for stealing a goddamn cop car and plowing it into a pile of trash. And holding up a pawn shop owner at gunpoint.
Ryan, shoot me. Shoot me.
You heard the man, shoot it!
I mean, he was a piece of shit, but it is what it is. None of these things are resolved in the slightest, and the heart-crushing systemic racism touted through this shitburger movie leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth after the last bite. I doubt the filmmakers meant for this to be a serious take on society at the time, and the intent was obviously to cast these plights under a comedic light, but ultimately, without enough solid comedy to hold the social commentary together, it just left me drained. Ugh. Kinda wish this movie was funnier.
Who the hell is that?
My dumb sister.
Aw, man, she ain't dumb. She got a nice ass.
And that was Big Shots. If you liked the video, click like, subscribe to the page. As always, go to peanutbutterdisaster.com to check out all of our producers' videos. One producer in general I'd like to bring up is Kira Kennedy. He does the Hipster Ninja reviews, as well as he's producing a Nuzlocke challenge right now, which if you're familiar with Pokemon, you know all about that. He also explains it in his videos as well. So head on over to peanutbutterdisaster.com and check that out. This is just draining. It's draining. I need some lasers. We're getting some lasers next time.
Peanut butter disaster.
You've got a nice ass. What? You've got a nice ass.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
Thanks.